Hello and welcome back to our next video in the series of the open road. We had a really smooth ride on our last run south from Mannheim to Zurich, our very first border crossing. It was an overnight run. Beautiful weather, stars came out, pretty clear skies. Hazardous cargo, first time running with that, so it was interesting to see how that went in particular. It was a really smooth run though, and really enjoyed the Scania ES. So yeah, we're now in Switzerland, into another country, just parked up around the corner in this little maintenance yard, and the rain has started to fall. It's a rainy night here in Zurich, so it's quite relaxing in the cab. You can really hear and feel it, just gentle rain passing by, a few little lorries going by overnight. So let's have a look at the rest options. These have changed in the 1.6 edition, so we don't obviously want to rest quite that long. I think we'll rest just until dawn, and just before dawn slightly. Just give us a bit of nice morning light as we head off on our first journey. So a couple of hours rest here, as we kind of explore longer haul routes. It'll be interesting to see how that works with delivery status. Obviously it does tell you, for example, if you were to rest for a very long time, you could potentially jeopardise the on-time delivery status. But here we've got the mandatory break. We're nowhere near that, we're just sort of resting to pass the time. So let's do so now. Looks like the rain has more or less stopped, although I might just clear that last bit of rain off the windshield. But it is officially morning, and time for us to get on the road. So we have got 7 hours 18 minutes drive away from us and 499 kilometers on this route. And just before we get started, let's take a look at the route itself and see where we're going to go. And very excited to get up into the Alps from where we are, and it's going to be an interesting ride. So let's have a little look. So we're not going actually to Bern, the capital of Switzerland. We'll be passing around here, and you can see here there are some very, very interesting roads, and these ones here that snake right up to some of the smaller units and garages and other places that are available over there. We're going to be coming down through this way over the top of the Alps into Milan and onto Verona. So yeah, let's take a look and see how we get on. We can certainly swoop back later on and try some of these other past routes. I do suspect what we've got quite heavy haulage today. We might struggle with what we've got with the DAF XF, slightly lower power unit. It might be better to do that another time, but I think we're going to see some great sights as we come on through. Here's the crossing into Italy down there. So on to Milan, on to Verona from there. Just clearing the last of that overnight rain that we saw there briefly. So doing this in pretty much almost real time. So whilst it's 5:15 Tuesday morning, it's similar time here in the UK. It's actually slightly atmospheric for me. You'll see the sunrise at the same time, so it's nice to see. Okay, so engines on, grab ourselves a cup of tea and get on the road. It does make such a difference in the daylight, so yeah, nice one to see lots of lights. Yeah, he's really running a lot smoother at that traffic density mark. Do want to bring in realistic traffic. It's definitely an ambition for the channel. Just have to work out the best way to do that. Anyone that's watching this has comments or feedback about best ways to integrate traffic mods without causing issues with the CPU, I'd certainly be keen to hear what works best, what works most optimally. Thank you very much for waiting. If they're waiting definitely here for you, if they give you a window, sort of the UK people often give you a window at which point afterwards, if you haven't used it, you are sort of like shake their head at you, at which point you use your opportunity. But thank you very much for waiting there, guys. Okay, and onwards. So we do need to take a rest in 8 hours' time from now, but that's under the limit of this drive, so I suspect we'll be able to get to our new destination and then take a rest when we get there. So, nice powerful vehicle. You could drive on the same. Emergency lane change there. Use my hazards to thank the drivers behind. Just watch our speed as we go through here. It should be 60 kilometers an hour. Just took that window up there for the back of the motorway. Sightseeing, I imagine. Trying to avoid an emergency lane change again. Struggling a little bit sometimes to get just the right road there. Just made it across, but that really wasn't intentional. Slow right in. Crossing over the main motorway. So we'll look back on ourselves here. The map does show you sort of the acceleration point here and also merge point with the motorway as well. I've noticed that before. Got my stop over there. Livery now on the police cars on its side, different to Germany. Doing 80. So, probably notice that there'll be a few more twists and turns on the Swiss roads, I think, especially as it's been compacted in for Euro Truck Simulator 2 to keep everything in there. So we'll find slightly different layouts as we get higher to the Alps. do wonder if we might be going through a tunnel as well at some point, so we'll have to see what we're going to be passing. It's a tunnel here. Hopefully the first of many. So, noise with the window down, I think, so it's that see some mountains in the distance now. Right there. So, okay. Absolutely beautiful vista there. Again in Switzerland is that dramatic combination of beautiful lakes. So you see it somewhat around Lake Geneva, they're not quite as dramatic as here, to be honest. Yeah, the backdrop of the mountains, and then sort of these steep valleys going into these lakes. It's an incredible combination that you can see. It's like another little not sure what that is over there actually. Control Central. Something about rest opportunities there as well. So, looking at that morning light on the trees in the distance. Absolutely stunning up there. Made that turning again. There's going to be a lot of tunnels, I believe. That's right. To look out for any changes of speed limits, particularly in some of these tunnels though. Very quiet. I mean, it is early in the morning, but I would certainly expect more vehicles. I think that's where the traffic realism would come in. Yeah, very quiet at the start of the morning, unusually so, perhaps. So just, I suppose, chance to talk a little bit about the channel. So the vision might be moving forward. A few little ideas brewing at this stage, but nothing kind of major. Certainly want to play through this entire series, cab hopping on the long road. Certainly a long road to getting our first truck. Beyond that, I think there'll be lots of opportunities to do other series, potentially some mini-series focused on just-in-time delivery. We can certainly focus on extra long haul. We can focus on some of the additions with the ADR and the licensing, various things that go on there. Certainly looking to expand and explore new horizons in terms of location as well. So yeah, plenty of options there. Not opposed to trying anything. So yeah, please do, if you've got some comments or some ideas. Like to see the series or several series develop in certain ways, then please do share. It'd be great to hear your feedback. And yeah, for now, I think we're just going to keep exploring and hopefully taking quite a few countries. Sort of vague plan that we might end up in the UK. Obviously, being from the UK myself, it'd be interesting to see the crossover from the left-hand drive to the right-hand drive and get a ferry crossing in there as well. The ferry crossing is handled very well in some of the crossings. Dover to Calais is one of them, which is well engineered in the game. So you actually do board the ferry itself and gives a real sense of adventure as you're crossing borders that way. Also got the options to go over the Channel Tunnel as well, which is the put the vehicle onto the train to go across that way. So a couple of options there if we end up towards the UK. That'd be very interesting to see. So if you've got any particular thoughts or desires, very keen to hear them. Let's take it from there. So you can see my lane assist there. I've just actually prevented that vehicle from entering the motorway. Apologies there. So yeah, with the lane assist, it does tell you if you start to wander in the lane as well, which is certainly reflective of modern vehicles at the moment. Okay, I think I might leave it there for a moment and catch you up in a second. I'm just going to take you past this little industrial unit there. Now certainly climbing up the hill to another tunnel, so do that. I'll catch you up as we get to slightly detailed territory as well. I might just put on a few more mods. I might put in a bit more detail with the vegetation here particularly. Could be useful. So, yeah, I'm just going to take a moment, so I'll catch you up in a moment, and I'll bring back in some vegetation detail as well, and see how that looks. Just want to take a little look over there. Beautiful lake, but not going to be able to realistically do that and keep the truck in a straight line. So see you guys in a moment. Great, so we've actually just arrived at the border here to Italy. So we're taking the route towards the trucks. We're waiting behind this vehicle here. Let's go through this gap here. Was waiting on the border. So just pause here to do our border check. Okay, check's completed. Thank you very much. Forward we go. Braking for drivers that need. Let's just take a look and see when. Sorry, Italia. So it'll be interesting to explore the rest of Italy. Off the top of my head, what's available base game versus expansion packs. I'm sure there are options. Just realised that little orange light on the dash there is not my lane, it is the vehicles around me, so it's just giving me that proximity knowledge if there's a vehicle on either side. Which is obviously a helpful assist with particular blind spots. Particularly on the right hand side, if those that are focused forwards and left. We've got our mirrors obviously as well, so we can use our mirrors. Theoretically, we turned off the digital mirrors and only had the actual ones. We can do so like that. That's another potential change that we'll make at some point. Remove the digital mirrors and see if we can cope without them. So, as you know, I struggle to multitask, so maybe a bit of a challenge, but certainly up for trying things out. Okay, so I believe this might be a toll road that we're going on to now. Our first toll road of the game. Cart, telepass. Do you not know? I don't believe we have a telepass. So I think we will pull it through here. So I believe how this works. Okay. Passage costs €10. Your employer will pay the fee. That's very kind of them. Okay. Some of them are different, I believe. So I do think there are instances where you start on the toll road, and then depending on how far on the toll road you go, you pay a different fee. So it's not a pay-as-you-go model. Just checking. Too much around this. So just getting to that left-hand lane. Time is now 10 o'clock in the morning. It's a bit overcast today. So certainly the first thing this morning. Still 3 hours and 8 minutes drive time ahead of us. Made really good progress. Not quite as steep and twisty, I think, as our initial plan for the Alps was. Certainly gives opportunity to come back to find a delivery option that does bring in some of those Alpine pass roads that are a little bit hairier and require some perhaps more experienced driving. So perhaps it's good that I'm doing that perhaps a little bit later on in the series. Okay. So just keeping left here towards Milano. Verona. So speed limit here is 70 kilometers an hour. Don't want to overdo it. Just in case the bend tightens down to 40. Just put some brakes on there. Come from here. To 80 kilometers an hour. So would I buy this kind of DAF XF? As you probably know by now, I am a fan of the DAF XF. This particular model is slow powered. So you have a high tonnage weight your cargo. It just isn't quite as enjoyable to drive. Really just don't quite get the same sense of speed. It's not the ultimate speed necessarily, but having the pulling power and the torque to enjoy whatever load it is you've got. So I think I'll probably pass on this one. I do like the design of the dash. It is clean. I think this is all I could move that tachometer on the left from. And, it would be nice. You can certainly see very clearly here time of day. And, yeah, but it's got the in-vehicle navigation as well, so I think there's a lot to be said there for potentially a model like this, a Euro 6 model. That might be something to do with the toll road. I don't speak Italian. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so even here we're just shy to present up here and struggling to put up the hill. Continue as we have with the carved option. Looks like the telepass is not an option for us anyway, looking at it. Get a little Euro icon there. So that might involve some reversing out, which would be difficult. I imagine something's probably pulling in behind us. Just parking brake on there for a second to enter the top. It's a pay on entry model for Italian roads. A little bit of a longer drive today. Catch you guys up as we get a bit closer to Verona. So catch you guys in a moment as we come on into our descent into the city. Okay, so you rejoin us at a filling station just outside of Verona. You might be wondering a couple of things. What happened there? we're facing the wrong way, and that is that we actually passed the last filling station. I didn't realise that we were running so low on fuel. So a big mistake on my part here that certainly cost us in terms of the job. And something to bear in mind for next time around how filled the truck is. Been used so far to having a full truck on the drives, and started to plan in the fueling stops and rests. We also hit our hit our rest break as well, and so we now need to make an emergency rest essentially before the end of the travel. So yeah, a couple of things there to learn for next time for sure. We've got to take a mandatory rest break, so it'll take us all the way through now. And I believe if we don't take for that, then there'll be a non-compliance there. So it'll still keep us on time, with just enough time to get into Verona. We'll be running tight, it'll be towards the end of the night. Again, notice we need to really fuel up as well. So it's now back to night time, and we are approaching the run into Verona, and we absolutely need to fuel up as well. Running on low fuel, so we just do a bit of a sort of round turn here just to bring the vehicle right round and do our first fuel up as well. The series. It's all good progress, a little bit late. Got a clear night tonight. Engines up. Press and hold the following key to fill the tank. So, okay, I believe this is probably going to be paid for by the company. All right. So back on the road for our final run-in. Certainly, it's funny, isn't it? You think one drive is going to be less eventful, one's going to be more eventful, and driving hazardous cargo, for example, you'd think would be far more eventful, but thankfully that was not an eventful ride, and we've managed to come through slightly scathed, but not completely. Let's ride experience tonight. Still on time, just about. And we have run it quite close in the end. So there's a signpost there to head for Grandeur North. We'll be going that way. Staying on the main road for now. Learning some great jobs where you'd be more heavily penalised if it was your own delivery. Imagine in real life you probably would be quite heavily penalised for overshooting and then running back into the services. So our customer expects delivery very soon with some rather urgent music, just to keep you nice and alert and ready. Expect I'll be stopping soon. We're okay. Pulling into Verona very soon. So again, interesting when we do things like the just-in-time deliveries. Makes me think a lot of planning will be required there to get that right. Interesting series option there when this music stops. So, oh, okay, fine, thank you very much. We can go through that, it's good to know. So if you can configure the you want nearly late music, I'm sure you probably can. Into the city of Verona at night. So, what an eventful end to this road journey has been. Let's get the trailer parks up. Lots of learnings from this trip today, particularly about getting that planning right in terms of rest breaks, planning right in terms of fueling, checking the fuel status before setting off. So it'd be good to have all these learnings for next time. Verona discovered, but probably will once again need the hotel. Given the time of day. So parking brake on. Wait for the lights to change. So throw. This way, there's some things to discover over here in the city of Verona as well. Let's go. Over there. Another thing to mention is I did actually, I was reversing in, strike the trailer very, very lightly. It's our first 1% damage that we've achieved as well, which is not at all the intention. It's under pressure and delivery. Some things there. Okay, so this is Lidl. It's a new building. Made it. Let's see where they would like it. Okay. So proceed to unloading. Should be fairly straightforward, he says. Do you think my reverse parking skills could use some training? Might go into some of the tutorials. Training there as well. So coming in a bit of an angle, straighten up. Quite tight. It looked quite easy from the map. Deceptive at times. Crab crawling in here. When it comes to parking, all parking is good practice, even if it's challenging and difficult. So yeah, additional difficulty at night, so you just can't quite see the hazards quite as well. So I should be able to load up onto the bay. So we can do a few more turns just to get that fully stripped up. It's about turning it. So I want to make sure I wouldn't jackknife the vehicle. So we can get as well as we can reasonably. pass, I think, just to get that full extracted up. It's definitely not straight. I'm sure if that arrived like that in real life, then it's happy. The reversing lights do make a massive difference this time of night. Right. Or less. Okay. So back in the cab, it's pitch black. We're going to get the trailer unhitched, then we'll have a brief chat about how that went. So still, that was very, very generous, excellent. I don't think it was excellent on my part at all. It was a challenging drive, and yeah, I definitely need to learn a bit more about the fueling strategy, the rest strategy, particularly as you cut it close to the line there. So especially if you've got the time on delivery, I think you end up having to take those longer mandatory breaks. So yeah, something to think through next time. Maybe taking a shorter break earlier on would have been better. Yes, so we have just approached sort of halfway towards level 4, level 3 now, which is great, which means we do get another skill point. So let's have a little think about where we want to allocate that. So we've got one on the long distance, one on the hazardous cargo. Got a couple of options. I think what we might do is the just-in-time delivery and see whether there is some options to progress there. Well, thank you very much for watching this next video, and hope you've enjoyed some of the Swiss views as you come through the lakes and the mountains in particular. And, yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, please do subscribe and like to our channel, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one, and we'll make a plan to carry on from here, whether that be further through Italy, or whether that's across the border towards Austria, back up into Switzerland via some Alpine routes, or along to France. So lots of options there. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Take care.